Amina struggles to make friends at school. She's quiet and prefers reading about ancient alphabets, symbols, and secret codes. Her family moves to a new town near a mysterious forest. Amina hears rhythmic sounds and blinking lights from the forest at night. She sketches the blinking patterns in her journal. Amina visits a dusty local library and meets Mr. Newer, a kind librarian who tells her about an ancient language called Lumen, used by forest creatures to communicate through light and gesture. The language was lost when people stopped observing. One evening, Amina sneaks into the forest and sees glowing, gentle creatures, lumens, dancing with their lights. She's enchanted but can't understand them. Yet Amina meets Zello, a young lumen creature who agrees to teach her their visual communication, but only if she truly watches and feels. Amina learns how the lumens communicate through blinking patterns and Morse like light pulses, hand movements, and emotions, silent rhythms where feeling replaces speaking, eye contact and empathy, understanding without words. She struggles at first, but gradually begins to feel instead of just translate. Back at school, Amina still finds it hard to talk to kids. She tries using light flashes with a flashlight and is laughed at. Her teacher, noticing her effort, lets her create a class project. The forest is in danger. Developers want to cut it down to build a road. The lumens are fading. Their light dims when they feel unheard. Amina creates a school project, the language of light, and shares what she's learned. At first, the kids are skeptical, but when she shows live footage of the glowing creatures using their language, the room goes silent. Amina leads her classmates into the forest. The kids begin trying to talk with the lumens, using lights, hand gestures, and kindness. A rin scene where the forest lights up like a galaxy. The town mayor arrives to survey the land. Amina, using her flashlight and emotions, speaks to the lumens in front of everyone. The magical light display moves the mayor. The forest is declared protected. Amina forms a light club at school, teaching empathy and communication beyond words. Kids from different backgrounds start joining, including children with hearing or speech difficulties. Amina walks alone through the forest. Zello appears. They don't speak. They communicate fully with just light, smiles, and heartbeats.
Amina visits a school for hearing-impaired children. She realizes some already use visual language like sign and expression. It's similar to the Lumen way. She makes her first real human friend, Yusra, a deaf girl with a love for light. Zello takes Amina to the ancient tree of Marks, a giant glowing tree where generations of lumens have etched symbols that represent hope, loss, joy, and unity. Deep in the forest, Amina and Zello meet the faded lumens, creatures who lost their light because humans stopped believing in them. One of them, Elios, joins Amina on her journey. Frustrated by school pressure, being misunderstood, and fear of losing the forest, Amina breaks down at home. Her mother, seeing her tears, gives her an old journal from her childhood, filled with light drawings. She once saw the lumens too. Amina's grandmother reveals that their family has a long history of light speakers. She shows Amina a hidden light pendant passed down from generations. It glows when someone speaks the lumen truthfully. A joyful, whimsical montage. Amina, Yusra, and the class practice light codes, shadow puppets, color flashes, and emotion dance. The school begins to shift into an empathy-based environment. Suddenly, the lumen's light begins fading faster. A dark storm brews. The forest starts dimming, symbolizing how disconnection in the human world affects nature. A new kid, Zayn, mocks Amina's light language but is secretly intrigued. He's great at tech and sneaks into the forest, trying to decode the light system with gadgets. After getting lost in the forest and rescued by a faint lumen, Zayn realizes light language isn't about hacking, it's about feeling. He becomes an ally and builds a light translator device for non-believers to witness the lumens. After getting lost in the forest and rescued by a faint lumen, Zayn realizes light language isn't about hacking, it's about feeling. He becomes an ally and builds a light translator device for non-believers to witness the lumens. The pendant reveals a memory of the first human light speaker, a young girl from centuries ago, who saved the forest once before through pure-hearted light. At a tense town hall, the developer argues for building over the forest. Amina and Yusra present their case, using visuals, movement, light, and the light translator. The room is moved to tears. Elios, the once faded lumen, is fully glowing now thanks to Amina's empathy. He speaks, through light, to the humans in the room, bridging the final gap between both worlds. The town, school, and lumens come together for the first Unity Lights Festival, celebrating communication beyond speech, filled with glowing lanterns, music, sign dance, light painting, and shared silence.